All right, well, hold on.
All right, this is Inside the Mind of a 1200. This is game two of the day. The last game, Joe absolutely demolished me. You'll probably be able to see that on his channel. So, yeah, I fixed the audio. Before we start, I fixed the audio, so there's no more echo. Um, I'm still playing terribly, but we're gonna get through this. You know, Joe absolutely destroyed me in the last game. It was something. Probably worth watching. Yeah, it was a true masterclass on how to dismantle somebody's defense. So I think I played every move wrong too. It was just terrible. Anyway, onward. We're gonna play a French because I need a win.
Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines. On a serious note, though, round two of Inside the Mind of a 1200 with Joe and Tog. We won round one. Had a lot of mistakes. Got an advantage. Ended up winning. Here he's going to play the French. I hate the French. I tend to do better when I do the exchange French, though, I think. So that's what we're going to go for.
My opponent plays e4, d4. This is standard stuff. He's gonna either exchange or play the advance. He does not play knight c3 ever. I don't
All
think he
right,
knows
like I
knight
said, the
c3.
French. Tog is nothing if not predictable.
Okay, exchange.
Yep. So I think we can just develop now and not have to worry that much about all these center pawn threats and just keep it moving.
I think I'm gonna play this wrong. Well, since he's sticking to the main line here, maybe I should also do stuff that makes sense.
And in case this is the first video I decide to upload, welcome to Inside the Mind of a 1200 with Tog and Joe. The way this works is I go silent when he moves, he goes silent when I move, and we kind of go over our ideas. I can never hear him, he can never hear me. I don't talk whenever he's talking, he doesn't talk whenever I'm talking, is the general idea. So usually here I will go bishop b5, he pushes the pawn, and it's really just a waste of a tempo. He wants to push that pawn anyways. I think what we're going to do here is bishop d3 instead. And if he ever checks the king, we're fine. We just go bishop e3. No problem.
This is still main line, and the follow-up is bishop d6.
All right, bishop d6. I think we're going to go ahead and get castled.
We also castle.
Yep, he castles. We can pin this knight. Push the c pawn. Start trying to crash through on the queen side is my general idea.
We're also going to pin this knight. This is why the exchange French is considered the most boring history in chess, because, yeah.
All right, and Tog opts for the same idea. I think we're actually going to push b3 here and shove this c pawn down his throat. Yeah, let's go for that.
Okay. My opponent plays b3, assumingly playing for c4. I'm actually going to do something. Well, yeah, that's not really a move here, but I think I'm going to just play another just developing move. Let's play c6.
Oh no! c6! What do we do? It's fine. It's not an issue. It's a non-issue. We go c4. I don't really see any craziness happening just yet. If he takes, we take back with the bishop, I think. And then we're pinning the F pawn, pinning his F pawn, and we might end up with a passer on the D file. Or as Hikaru would say, the juicer on the D file. I like to call him Dave. Had a supervisor once named Dave.
Okay. I do not want to play with an isolated queen's pawn, so I will exchange these pawns here and give him an extra central pawn in return for keeping my 3 pawns together.
Positively brilliant. Played exactly what I wanted him to play. Gives me bishop takes, and I might. It's an isolated pawn, I know, but there's at least a decent chance it ends up being a passer later on. Plus, I'm pinning that F pawn to his king. Can't be bad, right? Right.
Okay, he plays bishop takes. Now he has an isolated queen's pawn. That's going to be a target the entire game. I'm going to go ahead and put my queen on c7, attacking his h2 square. We're going to see him deal with that here by playing h3, I believe.
Alright, we see queen c7. Trying to win a pawn. Problem is, it don't really work. I can either push h3 here, kicking this bishop out, which might be an okay move, but then I gotta move my bishop. Or I can push g3, but that weakens my light squares around my king. And at least with this, with the h3, I've still got, you know, dark squared defense and light squared defense. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, he does play h3. I'm going to take, that way I do not ruin my pawn structure on my king side.
And he takes the knight on f3. Not a very good move. I can just take back with the queen. And then I'm probably getting this queen takes pawn, which is pretty good for me, I think. Yeah, let's go for it. I don't see any tricks or traps here.
Knight d7.
Alright, so we see knight d7. Pretty obvious, it's just protecting this knight. In case I ever take, I don't end up winning a pawn there, which is fine. He's fine, he's fine. So I think we can just develop our knight. And yeah, we're cruising. We have reached cruising altitude. Question is to d2 or to c3. Either which way, we're potentially getting pinned whenever we bring our rook there. So we really need to move it again. The problem is where?
Right.
So with knight d1 or c3, I could see possibly a jump to e4. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, my opponent develops his knight. I think I'm just going to immediately make a target of that knight. Also, this opens up my d file to allow me to eventually play for that weak pawn. So this seems like a fine move to me, like bishop b4. He's got to do something about the knight now.
Yep, I assumed that was coming. Thing is, I could always just leave it there. I mean, the bishop does protect from here. I could threaten his queen, is an idea. We can go ahead and go to rook to e1. Get control of the e-file. Then we just self-pin, though. I think our best idea is to threaten the queen. Probably bishop blocks. Bishop takes, and then we get control of the e-file. Another concern we have to always monitor is that d-pawn. Because if we do have any kind of strength in this position, it's because of the d-pawn, right? So yeah. We could also, there's also rook to c1 ideas, considering it lines up on the queen. I also just kind of want to just kick that bishop out. Too many ideas, too many ideas. Let's just go bishop f4, I think.
My opponent has played bishop f4. This attacks my queen. This is fine. He still has to do something with his knight here, I believe. Well, we're going to go ahead and target our pawn. I completely missed that knight wasn't hanging. So, yeah, we're just going to go ahead and target that d-pawn and start building pressure there. I'm also looking at moves like bishop c3. I'm just keeping that on the back burner for now. It will maybe be a move later on.
Alright, and here we have the queen just moving, and it's threatening our d-pawn. Like I said before, that d-pawn is a strength as of right now, not a weakness. So, I think our best plan of action is probably to move the bishop to defend that.
Okay, he defends the pawn. He wants to push it with the tempo. We're just going to go ahead and double up on that knight now. Which he can just move. Or I can just play back. I think I'll just play back. Or maybe I should take the knight now. Yeah, I will take the knight.
Okay, that's a little bit unexpected. We have bishop takes knight, and yeah, he wants us to take back so he can win that d-pawn. Yep. I think we have to too.
Okay. And looks like we have finally been able to take advantage of that weak d-pawn. I see nothing stopping us from taking, so we will take.
Well, losing the pawn's never fun, but now that we don't have to worry about monitoring it so much. And we have both open D and E files. Also, something I stated in the last game, the clock is a piece. So let's try not to waste our clock too much on this one. And let's just go rook to d1.
Okay, he's looking for a discover check, probably going to play bishop b4 if I do nothing. So I am going to be prophylactic and play queen b6. No. No, I can't play queen b6. I can play queen b6. Okay, yeah, we're just going to play queen b6. If he attacks our queen, our knight's defended. So, yeah, nothing crazy to worry about here.
All right. And we see the queen moving back.
He's just trying to line up on my king side, it looks like. I don't see a real purpose behind that move. He wants to play bishop h6. So I'm going to get the rook out the way so I can just push g6 when the time comes.
We have rook to e8. Rook to e8.
And as discussed, we can just push g6. Nothing to worry about here. My dogs are going absolutely nuts. Here I'm just going to play 95. And just put something in the center. If he attacks it with the rook, I'll just play queen c7. The point is I can't move that knight or I get mated, right? So here goes. I could play knight h5, but he can just attack that with the pawn.
Alright, I failed to mention it in the last turn, but the idea here was, see how this queen and bishop line up on that g7 square? I was planning on taking the knight and then playing, if he takes back, playing queen g7 there. Here, I think I just get rook e1.
Alright, at return.
If he were to take this bishop, we have queen takes, and then I'm pretty sure this mate's unstoppable.
Okay, my opponent has realized that his f-pawn is pinned, I believe, and he has played rook e5 to target my knight. Once again, I can just defend that, and until he moves his king, we're all good in the neighborhood. I'm just making sure there's nothing else to worry about. Or any way we can take advantage of his position. I'm actually going to play... Yeah, I'm going to play knight d7.
Ah! Okay, so here we again have rook takes d7, and he can't take back. So yeah, we're just gonna play that for the exact same reason. We play queen g7 mate.
Well, that's annoying. I fucked up, as I've been doing over the past week and a half. Although maybe they got something here. After pawn, I think this is my only hope of... Knight f3 is my only hope of continuing this game. Knight f3, pawn takes, rook, queen takes rook. Yeah, there's just nothing here. There's only one way I'm going to survive, and that is sacking this knight.
Knight f3, a desperation move. Not a good move. We can just take. I don't even see any checks after that.
Rook takes rook.
Rook takes. Rook. Now we can take back with the queen. Yeah, let's just take back.
Okay, now we have a small chance of surviving. I have to play c5 and then f6. And it's still looking pretty fucking sketchy. Actually, this is just GG's. Yeah, I think we just resign.
And there you have it.